In this video we are looking at the area around Stamford-on-Avon and Stamford Hall. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 ponds of interest that are around the railway line that you can see in yellow there, on an old railway line. It's no longer there. Let's zoom in on the group of 4. You can clearly see them here. I've known about these for years. As a cyclist, I plot routes in the area. I've always known these have been here. That's the line of the old railway there. Let's take a look at them from the air. That is the group of 4 ponds. Over on this side is the railway line, the disused railway line, I should say. At the time I think these ponds were created, it would have been used, and I think that is why these ponds exist. I think they're bomb craters. World War II bomb craters. Otherwise, why would they be there? And they're all based around about the railway line. I mean, I knew about these 4. I didn't know about the others, but once I realised that they were near the railway line, I scanned Google Maps. Railway line is up in the top corner there, look. And I found the others. Now, I saw on a programme, it was very possibly Time Team, that they were up in a helicopter looking at similar things. And the expert said that these ponds, very, very rarely are they natural. They're too round, they're too perfect. The way they're shaped, the way the ground is formed around them, they're not natural really. They don't look natural, do they? Okay, this one, pond 3, is the shallowest. It looks more like a wound mark. Probably, I doubt it's a ricochet bounce. Or maybe it's been filled in over the years. Who knows? Let's move up to what we'll call pond 4. And this is like a rugby ball shape. Possibly, I don't know, is it two next to each other? It's very deep, very large, and I don't know. Why is that one bigger than the others? I don't know. I'm not an expert, this is just what I'm thinking. There they are. You can see that the farmer has avoided them for years. He's made a rectangle around them. Railway line's over in that direction, by the way. I spoke to a dog walker while I was out on one of the trips, and she said that the farmers, they planted wheat in that area so that when they was doing a bird shoot, that's where the birds would sort of hide, and then they'd scare the birds and up they'd go. I mean, that's not something I'm into, but it's possible. So that's possibly why there's a rectangle around them. But it's that rectangle that brought them to our attention in the first place. So zooming out from them 4 that you can see there, railway line is there. We're going to look at pond 5, which is just on the other side of the railway line. I didn't notice pond 5 at first. I actually spotted it in the corner of one of the other videos because it's surrounded by these strange fluffy trees. Again, it looks too round, it looks too perfect. And it's perfectly in line with the other 4. So, is it part of the same drop? Who knows? If we pan up, you will see in the distance Stamford Hall, and as we swing round, that's the next hole that's out on its own, and that's the group of original 4 holes, and this is the railway line cutting straight through the middle of them. So I don't know if that is one. There's a few other ponds around, but they don't look round, they look more natural. So let's look at pond 6. Pond 6 is probably one of the smaller ones, apart from the little wound in the group of 4. Again, perfectly round, in the corner of a field. Why is it there? Why would a farmer make a pond that's perfectly round in their field, wasting their ground? If you zoom up and look down into the ponds, you can actually see that the depths vary. They're definitely deeper in the middle. There is a certain amount of swell around them where the ground sort of burst. They look exactly like bomb craters to me. Why would planes drop their bombs? Well, sometimes if a plane's on the way back home and it has bombs left over, they just jettison them. And if they can spot a railway line, then they'll have a go at that. So we move away from that group down to the bottom area, which is still along the line of the railway. And we have pond 7 and we have pond 8. And these are also very, very close to the railway line, which you can see there. Pond 7 is, again, very deep. This one actually has a fence around it. So the farmer's probably trying to protect his livestock. You can see up at the top there, the fence actually dips into the pond. Maybe he's made a little drinking spot for them, who knows. Very deep looking, that one. You can definitely see the contours of the ground going into the hole. Again, why is it there, if not a bomb crater? There's a lot of natural ponds. There's a stream running right next to this one. There's a lot of natural ponds in the area that are completely different shapes. There's a lot of flooding in the area. This is not flooding. These are constantly here. You'll be very careful when filming this one because there is a windmill quite close. I've been very, very careful. I haven't done anything stupid. The drone's very controllable, very stable, GPS controlled. If we pan over, we'll see the next hole in the distance. Hole 8 is over there, so very, very close. Hole 8 has got a lot of ground swell on it, apart from on the back edge where the field drops down. It's not quite round, this one, but very, very deep. You know, has the fall of the land deformed the explosion or something? I don't know. I'm not a bomb person. I just know these do not look natural. Maybe it was round at one point. We can see there's a bush at the top. Maybe that's sort of grown. Maybe the ground sort of formed around it. Maybe it's not ground. Maybe it's just boggy marsh. This pond you can actually get very close to at ground level because it's right on the right of way, right on the bridle path. So I haven't got that close to any of the others. You can see the swell of the ground. You can see that it does look like an explosion has caused this. Who knows? I don't know. So we move away now to the last pond, from 7 and 8 up there to number 9, which is, it's out on its own, this one. It's a bit strange, you know, but it does look like a bomb crater. That's why I've included it. You can see the swelling of the ground on most sides of it, actually, apart from over there at the back. Definitely has a deep section in the middle. The very middle seems to be sort of like not so deep, but there's definitely different shapes going on there, different ground levels. This is not a small hole. That's me over there, 6 foot tall. It's not small. It's a large hole. The location of this in relation to the others, if we pan up, over there is Stamford Hall and the group of 4. And if we pan round, you will have 7 and 8 over there, following the railway. So this is quite a distance away from the others. I don't know what they are. I don't think they're natural. Are they bomb craters from a plane? Are they people messing about, like training stuff? Bomb disposal holes? Don't know. But it's interesting. So this last bit of footage shows, just to show you what is actually seen on the screen of the controller when I'm flying the drone. We have battery life in the top corner, you've got to keep an eye on that. Down in the bottom corner, we've got a radar, we've got height, and we've got distance from me, so that's where I'm getting the heights and the distances from. Various other things that are not really important. Stop, start, home position, take a picture, tilting of the camera and all that sort of stuff. It's all on there. So who knows? Who knows what these are? I don't know, but I find it interesting. So I made a video. This will be part 1 actually, because there's another location that I know of with very similar holes in a very strange pattern. Again, it's near a railway line. It's a place I've been to before, so basically it's the tunnels that we visited in the past. I will go over there. I will try and film the pools up there and make a similar video to show that, again, this is next to a railway line, so it's not a coincidence in my opinion.